Hi folks, welcome back to my World of Tanks replays with the mighty Jingles. It's another quickie for you, this one in the BatChat, the French tier 10 medium tank. As you can see, I'm platooned up again with a couple of clanmates, Covey, who you may remember from the KV1S clan platoon night video, and Dan, who is an amazingly good tank destroyer driver, here in his BatChat, Covey in his pattern. Dan and I were platooned up in my Jagdtiger Bolters medal video, which was a game that we lost, despite me getting a Bolters medal and Defender. Today, it's medium tank night. Covey's best medium tank is his pattern, a tier 9. Great tank. Even in a tier 10 game, it's a good, reliable, solid machine. We're both on our BatChats. Now, solid experience from previous BatChat games, and credit where credit's due. Some very, very helpful comments from my subscribers in the replies to my other BatChat videos have taught me a thing or two about how to play this thing, and it's all about keeping yourself alive until later in the game when you can do a lot more damage. Previously, like a lot of BatChat drivers, you get lured into a false sense of security by that amazing speed of the thing, and you just get yourself killed in the first 2 minutes of the game. I ain't gonna do that this time, although I do still make some dodgy decisions. Now, I was thinking of going down here and killing that T50-2, but that would be a very, very bad idea. For a start, AMX 1390 has him covered. Secondly, going around this corner, you'll get spotted by the T50-2, and watch what happens to that chaffy. Here it comes. All sorts of enemy tanks taking an intense interest in what's going down in this corner because the T50-2 is spotting everything. So going around that corner would not have been the smartest thing to do. Now, what I'm going to do here isn't particularly smart either. This is our artillery park, and as you can see, somebody's already taken splash damage, which means enemy artillery is focused on this corner. Now, I know there's an E50M on that corner of that switchback road over there, but E50M has the same view range as me, and if I can see him, he can see me. So this isn't particularly clever. You'll see what I mean. Although we do some good solid damage to this guy. He's tracked, he can't get away, so we wait. Now he's pointing his gun at me. He damages my tracks, and I stick around here for too long. GW type E blows my tracks off. So I'm still firing at this guy while I can't move. And we do get a bunch of solid hits into him. Now, I waited for my tracks to repair naturally, which is probably... well, it ended up being the right decision because I got away with it. In that sort of situation, when you know artillery has you zeroed and there's an enemy tier 10 medium shooting at you with dead tracks, you should probably use a repair kit just to get the hell out of there. As it happens, I got away with it, but I took a big old hit from artillery there. It wasn't even a direct hit killed me outright, but splash damage from artillery still did 763 damage. So that was a bit silly on me. But now we're relatively sure that there's nothing up there other than an E50M. So all three of us are going to charge him up this back road. Now E50M's still there, but he's an easy kill with the sort of firepower that's coming up this road towards him. So we're letting Dan go first because he hasn't been hit yet. And then right through the lower glaciers. This is a bit of a mini derp moment here for me. I see this 1390 get stuck on the side of the road there, and I still try to get through the same way. And of course I'm a bit of a wider tank than him, so it's harder for me to get through, but I make it on the third attempt. It actually turns out to have been quite a lucky move, because watch what happens to these two guys. There's an AMX 50 Foch 155. He kills the T90, the 1390, and then he puts 2 shots into Dan. Now Dan's screwed. Actually, it was a Dealer Panther that finished him off. And I hang around here for slightly too long. And I do get 2 artillery kills, but that Foch gets its third and final shot into me. I am incredibly lucky. It only does 597 damage. Leaves me on 3 health. 1% health. Well, we've done our job on this corner. All their artillery are dead now. We spotted them long enough for our artillery to finish the job that we started. And I ain't hanging around and get shot at by that AMX 50 again. I know he has a 40-second reload, but I don't know what else is up there. And it looks like they're in danger of winning by a cap. So our artillery is shifting fire to focus on the cap point and try to reset it with some splash damage. And I go running around and get stuck on a rock. And oh. Now that Foch does have view range to spot me driving around here, and if he'd been watching me, I'd have been dead. But we reset the cap, artillery manages to do it. And Covey's going chasing down the remaining BatChat 155 RT. There they go. You can just see them up the top of the hill there. You can't actually see Covey on the map, he's too far away, he's at my radio range. But he's chasing that BatChat 155 down. And he gets a hit into him there. There they go. And he does get the kill. But where's that AMX 50 Foch 155? Because he's definitely reloaded by now. And, yep, he's behind you. Now I'll take a couple of shots. I actually thought I'd killed this E100, and I'll show you why.
We've just dinged him.
Okay, I'm going to pause it here. I thought I'd killed this E100. It turns out I hadn't even damaged him. Now, the upper frontal glacis of the E100 is 200mm thick, and it is at a 60-degree slope, and it's normally pretty much impenetrable. However, at that sort of angle, if you're firing at an E100 from higher ground, that 60-degree slope of his upper frontal glacis suddenly becomes a lot lower than 60 degrees. At that sort of angle, it's probably only really an effective 20, maybe 30-degree slope. So it is possible to penetrate. As it happens, my shot, which might have killed him, arrives a fraction of a second too slow, because our IS-4 finishes him off. Now I've got 2 shots left, and all they have left is that bastard of an AMX 50 Foch 155. Guess where he is? Fire and miss. Aim. Blow his tracks off. Get the hell out of there. And now we just have to keep him spotted and give our artillery time to zero in on him. He's repaired his tracks. Artie gets one good hit. Artie misses. Artie finishes him off. So that was a good game. Let's see how we did. Yep, 3 kills, and they were good kills. Damaged that tank destroyer and detected the E50M, but you know, he's got the same view range as us. If I can spot him, he can spot me, and that was probably a stupid thing of me to do, hanging around on the top of that ridge right in front of our artillery, knowing that enemy artillery was going to be zeroed in at that spot at the same time, and I was lucky not to die at that point. But you know, even a broken clock tells the right time twice a day. I got away with it and lived to get a pretty successful game. So that was the BatChat, the French tier 10 medium tank. Very difficult tank to master, and I'm not saying I'm a master driving this thing. I'm approaching the stage where I'm competent. I still make some stupid mistakes. Sometimes I get away with them, as I did in this one. A lot of the time I don't. But it's one of those tanks that if you can just suppress the urge to go racing off across the battlefield in the first 2 minutes of the game and get yourself killed, the longer this tank stays alive, the more dangerous it becomes. It's just one of those machines that's exponentially more dangerous in a game the longer it stays alive, because with the 5 shots in that gun, they're usually not enough to kill another tier 10 if you come across him one-on-one and he's on 100%. But as the game goes on and tanks are taking damage from other sources and there's less tanks covering the angles of approach, and there's just more opportunity for you to slip through the lines, suddenly this tank becomes very, very dangerous. So that was the BatChat, French tier 10 medium tank in a pretty good game on El Halouf, in an encounter map, which I generally don't like on this map, but this time we did pretty well. Hope you enjoyed the replay. Take care on the battlefield, and I'll catch you next time.